Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I come today, I was planning to come today to speak in support of an amendment. And I had some conversations with my mayor back at home. I've had conversations with my local council members. And there's a lot of panic about what we're doing here. In one bill, we're talking about stripping local sales tax exemption on prescription drugs. We're talking about stripping local sales tax from prescription drugs. On other bills, we're talking about removing their ability to do the inventory tax. And so there's a lot of uncertainty back at home. And we all have to go home and we have to work with these individuals. And one of the things that was impressed upon me a couple of weeks ago, as I said in our talk with our local leaders is, you know, our job is not to come here and make the state budget stable while making their budget unstable or making their quality of life unstable or unknown. And so I'm very mindful of the actions that we take here today. I've approached this bill with a little bit of reticence, and you know, it concerns me because I have two constituencies here. One that deals with historic preservation. I have a lot of historic districts and historic neighborhoods in my area, and they utilize these historic tax credits. And I also have a film industry in my district. For those who know, 50's Curtis Cents Jackson announced that he was expanding his film studio in Shreveport. That's in my district. It's been a studio that's sat dormant for some years. And I have not seen the enthusiasm and the spirit of renewal in my area for quite some time until he made that announcement. And what I don't want us to do is to take actions that would impede on that and would slow that down, because let's be honest, it was the tax credits that we have on the books that attracted him to the state of Louisiana. And so we've talked a lot about the outmigration, but we have not talked about the things that we've done to get things right here in Louisiana. And I get it, we do need to do some structural changes to our tax system. But I live by the system, not necessarily if it's not broke, don't fix it. I live by the motto, if it's not broken, don't break it. And my concern with this bill in its current posture is it sends a message that we don't want to do film. And what I want to encourage people back at home, I want to encourage them to make sure that they follow this process all the way through. This is a bicameral legislature. We have a House and we have a Senate. Now, what I want to encourage us to do in the House is we cannot continue to just put all the onus on the Senate to do this work. We've been elected, duly elected by the people in our districts to come here and work. And I just believe that if we have good ideas should take root where they are. And we shouldn't play this ping pong game where we're going back and forth creating uncertainty about what's going to happen. And so I don't know what the outcome of this particular bill is, but what I do want to encourage is I want to encourage everybody to keep their word in this process. If you say you're going to do something, do it and live by it, because people's livelihoods are on the line. The reality is all of us are going to have to go out in 3 years and have our report cards graded, and people are watching. Just 10 minutes ago, before I came down here, somebody tagged me in a Facebook post that said the vote that we took yesterday killed the film industry in Louisiana. We voted down the tax credits for Louisiana, and I get it. It's misinformation, but people are watching. People are watching what we do in this body. And for us to say, look, we're just going to let the Senate fix it, it makes us inherently look like bad guys and girls in here. And I get tired of shouldering that. I get tired of having to defend that, because we have good ideas in this body. So I want to encourage us to please, let's step up to the plate if we have good ideas and move good ideas forward in this chamber, so that we can do the right thing for our citizens and our people. And again, I want to encourage the film industry and those who work in the historic tax credit, stay the course. Let's stay at the table. Let's continue to negotiate as this bill moves forward. And I will be watching as this bill moves through the process to make sure it comes back in the right posture so that we can do the right thing by our citizens of the state of Louisiana. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Rep. Zering for the floor.